Hello YouTubers, this is Terry at Rapid Trends Rebuild. I'm showing you right now my 87 Corvette. I bought about a year ago. Bought it for $1,700. These C4s, they go pretty cheap now, but they still have a style that people approve of. But one thing that a lot of people that have had muscle cars, race cars, and everything else, they don't approve of how slow the C4 Corvette is. It's got the removable targa top. Needs some work for the carpet and all that. It's got the digital dash. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Of course, when it does work, there you go. You had all these options over here on the side that you could change for, like, from the coolant to the water temp, you know, average for your fuel, your mileage. You know, you just switch over. Battery, oil pressure, oil temp, which was actually pretty cool, you know, back in the 80s. But like I said, she needs work. She needs tires. Let's see. Got the clamshell hood on it. Flip up headlights. That was one thing I did like about the Corvettes. Trans Ams, they just flip straight up. On the Corvettes, they flip all the way around. It's got the Chevrolet 350 tune port injection. She needs valve cover gaskets. You know, like I said, but for $1,700, I couldn't complain. All I've done to it is put a battery in it. She was running pretty rough. Come to find out, she was actually out of gas. And without the display working, they didn't know. I bought it from Title Pond. I put brakes on it, but like I said, I haven't really drove it or anything like that. My whole deal with this project is the actual, everybody's going to a LS swap. I'm actually going to do a 411 swap for the PCM on this thing. It has a Bosch fire injection, which I've actually put upgraded injectors in it, but the batch fire injection, it just drops fuel straight, just like your throttle body on a Chevrolet truck or something. You just got straight injectors that just drop it straight down. I'm going to actually do the 411 swap, which would actually give it an actual sequential fuel injection where you can control it and change it to OBD2. Of course, to do all that, you have some modifications you have to do on this motor. The good thing is, since it actually still has a distributor, that means it's still got a keyway into the crank, because you're going to have to put a reluctor wheel in for the crank sensor, the timing cover, harmonic balancer. You'll have to get the tune port. You'll have to actually get the actual Vortec distributor, the Vortec wire harness, and then you'll actually have to go in there and actually cut each wire when you put the PCM in there and actually match it to each injector, so they'll be individually controlled by the PCM. Of course, we'll try to do an interior upgrade. I like to put the leather seats in it, new carpet. All your lights that are on the interior and as on the hood, you could actually see right there Mercury switches, which was actually pretty cool. So, you know, just like the Mercury for your temperature for in your house, for the old school, you actually turn it, you see the Mercury change, and of course it'll tell the heater to come on and off. That's the way these switches are for these lights under the hood. These other lights, you just close the hood, and of course the Mercury moves, and when it does, it cuts the lights off. So that's pretty cool. Tilt steering. Like I said, I'm gonna charge the AC up, see how it does, but basically we're gonna turn this into like a 95, 96 with running the tune port injection, actual intake and everything, and not actually going to an LT1. LT1, you try to do this setup, you'd have to do a lot. You'd have to cut a slit inside the crank, just be able to actually put a keyway in there to put a reluctor wheel in. You just have so much you have to change. We're still old school with this. We still got a distributor. We just have fuel injection. Like I said, you'll have to go to a map sensor. Several things you'll change, but something I can actually do. I have 11 ASEs for automotive, which actually just means ask somebody else, because it's just a piece of paper. But it does help for if you're trying to do diagnostics. And on an OBD1 system, all the diagnostics that actually would tell you would just be what system, EGR, fuel, or whatever. Couldn't go pinpoint like you can with OBD2. So when I actually change over to the 411 PCM from about a 2000 Chevrolet van, truck, or whatever, I could actually individually do that. So, but this will be the first starting of the project. Coming videos, I'll actually go ahead and change. I got a reluctor wheel, I got the harmonic balancer, the timing cover, I got that, so that'd be the first thing I'll change on it. Then, you know, like I said, a buddy of mine has a old Vortex Chevrolet pickup. I'm gonna try to get the harness out of it, and if I get lucky, it might even have a 411 PCM, but I doubt it. But like I said, I've done some investigation on how to do all this, and it's easier to do on this motor than it is the LT1, so that's what we're going to go with. I mean, not going to really pick up no horsepower. It'll run better, cleaner. You might get 20 horsepower out of it, because with the batch fire injection, you're just dropping straight fuel, just like you're pouring it into the gas tank. It's not atomized. But these injectors I put in there are atomized, except they actually have 4 actual sprays. And right now, it's actually too much going into the motor. So if you try to hit the gas, it just bogs, because it's just too much fuel. So basically, when I change over to the PCM is going to actually control the injectors and actually fire them like they're supposed to. Right now, the computer's just telling it just to dump, and now it's doing twice as much fuel than what it was. You could drive it. It just, if you nail it, it just bogs. So if you barely put your foot into it, you're all right. But the thing about it is, as a Corvette, you can't just hit the gas and drive like a granny. You got to drive it. These do have a nostalgia to them, and it's just something that you can get cheap now. But we're gonna make it perform better. We're gonna do a little suspension upgrades. We're gonna do exhaust upgrades. So stay tuned and let's see where it goes.